Now, anytime this 2014 national converb was mentioned in the ear of any Nigerian at all that really know what went on during this particular 2014 converb during Jonathan time, the first person Nigerians we blame for not implementing the report of this converb is the president of that time, which is Goodluck Jonathan, GCFR, the former president of this country. That is the first person Nigerians we blame for not implementing this particular converb. Because if they tell you how much they spent in doing this converb that time, oh my God. And from the report where we hear say that the report and the thing agreed by the people where that was present at this particular converb, we attended this converb, that the report of that particular converb was to restructure Nigeria, full restructuring. Now waiting there for this particular converb, where still today, these people are still hiding these reports. In fact, if I'm to say, some of the people who attended this converb and agreed on all these things, if you mention this particular converb to them today, it's as if you are just playing, because they don't want it to be implemented any longer. I don't know why is it that anytime this particular thing is mentioned to our leaders, they don't even they're not doing as if you are talking something serious, but they know that the results, that the report in this particular program that was held in 2014 was to restructure Nigeria and bring Nigeria to a better place where Nigerians will enjoy Nigeria. But the thing is that the first person that Nigeria will blame for not implementing this thing will be the president then, Goodluck Jonathan, because it was in his power to make sure that this particular converb was implemented during his time before he left office. But allegedly, this report is coming from premium time that he said this allegedly. So, according to premium time, under say Goodluck Jonathan, the former president of the country, released this particular statement based on that particular program that was held in 2014, which he had the power to implement. He said this, listen very well, and as you can see it, and other things that I'm going to read that from this place. According to him, most Nigerians do not know that there was a lot of political wahala in the country at that period. He said a key member of the legislature who was in his party mobilized against him and moved to another party. Goodluck Jonathan, the former president, added that some persons were ready to bring his administration down at that time. It was not the time we could present such a document. But this particular thing now, the place I saw this thing, somebody made a comment. He said that every leader that leave office, we have something to tell Nigerians that this is the reason why we didn't do this is the reason why we didn't do that. But for me, I think Nigerians, no matter this is coming from him, allegedly from premium time, Nigerians will still continue to blame him, because it was in your power as the president of the country to make sure, to push to make sure that this thing is being implemented. Even at that, you did not present this particular document to them because you think that they, after your administration, want to bring it. After everything, they also still brought the administration down. So now we go blame. Who lose now? Nigerians lost. If at all, since you decided that time to sacrifice yourself and do the right thing, you would have done this and pushed to make sure that this thing was, in fact, even if you present it to the legislature and they did not implement it, they just cross-carpet it, Nigerians will not be blaming you again. Nigeria will not be blaming the president for not doing that time, because he presented it and the thing left his hand. Now, Nigerians will not be blaming the legislature at that time that you people saw such a thing that would better the life of Nigerians, and you people brought it down. You people just cross-carpet it. But as it starts now, the thing is that Nigerians they even take all these things where some of our past presidents they talk, because as far as you like this present administration, like you get something where this present administration they do, we think they do that are so much like. At least, even if some people will be against him for doing that, he pushing to make sure that thing will work. This particular tax reform bill, do you know that when this thing came up newly, too many people from the northern area was against it, but this man stood on it and said that the thing must come to be. He started pushing for it. He started doing some consultation. And today, I think the thing is, they are still talking about it. And I know very soon it will be implemented. That's what the first citizen of the country, where power there for him hands, supposed to do. So the thing is that Nigerians did not take what the former president is saying, but because it was in his hand to make sure that this particular document was in fact, even if it was not implemented at that time that he presented it, that they did not there for his hand again, in there for the hand of legislatures to make sure that it was implemented. If at all he released it to them and they did not do anything about it, Nigerians will not be blaming them, not the president again, because that power there for your hand to make sure that this thing was implemented. Those people that was against your administration that wanted to bring it down, they also succeeded in doing that. So what think we are our gain now? The document was not presented and was not implemented. Now your administration did not continue. Who lose? Then who lose now? Nigerians have lost everything because since that time till today, they are not talking about this particular convert report again, because the results in that report was to restructure Nigeria for the betterment of everyone in the country. At least if that thing was done that time, there are so many things that would have changed. And let me repeat it again. There's no president in Nigeria that will do well without restructuring Nigeria full restructuring. I remain my humble self, the Eichmann. Peace and love. Don't play, we move.